Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Ulysse Nardin marine chronograph manufacture. You can see this 43mm automatic chronograph and purchase it on our website. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details. On my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, the first in-house movement serial production chronograph from Ulysse Nardin has an imposing stance, though not completely unwieldy. Even on a smaller wrist than mine, the watch on a 16 centimeter wrist is secure enough that even down to about 14 centimeters in circumference, you could wear this 43mm watch with security and style. Now, the other key measurements, in addition to the measurement across the round of the case, are 15 millimeters thick, and from lug to lug, a relatively tidy 50 millimeters, so the span across the wrist is quite reasonable for a watch of this size. Moreover, there's an ergonomic logic to the watch that allows it to wear well even when a small forearm comes into play. Now, first and foremost, the case does have an effective camber to it. Thanks to the tight curvature of the lugs, it drapes itself over the wrist. Second, there's an asymmetrical articulated element to the strap, so you can see it's hinged in 3 places. Now, this is actually an ergonomic upgrade over previous versions of the Ulysse Nardin articulated strap, which featured hinges on both sides. Due to the geometry of the wrist and the interaction of the strap with the wrist bone, Ulysse Nardin has actually gone to a single-sided hinged strap that makes the watch just that much more compatible with smaller forearms. Now, in terms of heft, it's impressive. The watch is all in steel, but it does have the kind of mass presence on the wrist that you associate with luxury timepieces, and everything about the strap and its hinge is finished to the highest degree of high horology, the strap itself being vulcanized natural rubber, and it has striations inside that are used to cut it to length, but which also serve as ventilation channels to allow moisture, sweat, and grit to release themselves from underneath the wrist on a hot day. Now, the clasp, rendered in titanium, is a double deployant, and it enjoys the security of a twin trigger release, so not being friction fit, it can't simply pop open accidentally during a period of vigorous activity. A sports watch in every sense, the watch also features 100-meter water resistance thanks to the screw-down crown. Now, the watch is a chronograph featuring Ulysse Nardin's own in-house caliber. That's the major change. What hasn't changed dramatically is the design language that the company has made famous. Since the debut of the first modern wrist-borne marine watch in 1996, UN has pioneered this aesthetic, which, to the greatest extent possible, pays deference to its heritage of 19th century and early to mid-20th century marine navigation instruments. Now, here we have a deeply dished rayhaut, completely loomed, so you have applied and beautifully polished Arabic numerals at center, and then outboard, each station of each hour has its own loomed complement to ensure that the watch is abundantly legible in low or no light conditions. Now, there's a gorgeous and reflective blue sunburst radiating out from the center, as well as beautifully polished chapter rings to each individual sub-register. Now, the watch does feature hacking seconds, such that when you pull the crown, you stop the balance, and you can quite precisely synchronize the watch to a reference time. Moreover, there is a quick set to the date, so in the second position, the crown allows you to rapidly cycle the date. Now, all of that's expected. What you may not expect is in a serially produced Ulysse Nardin steel sports watch, a manufacturer caliber. Now, this caliber has a long history dating back to Le Mans in the early 1970s. During the 90s, it was re-engineered by Ebel, and in the 2010s, rights to this design passed to Ulysse Nardin, who made it their own with a silicon amagnetic hairspring, a silicon anchor, and a silicon escape wheel, all of them allowing the watch to resist the effects of magnetism, long a downfall of traditional mechanical watches. Now, moreover, the movement was re-engineered to support a full balance bridge anchored on both sides and a free-sprung balance for additional stability and resistance to shock-induced timing variations. It's a beautifully finished movement with unlubricated high-efficiency ceramic rotor bearings at center and a 48-hour power reserve. The action on the chronograph is superb. It's satisfying in the hand, and it's a delight to the eye with the beautiful lacquered Ulysse Nardin logo inset at center on the winding mass. You can see this Ulysse Nardin marine chronograph manufacture and purchase it on our website.